Why did I almost spell your name completely wrong, Matt? That's horrifying.
That's what they heard first, Mike.
What?
Hello, I said that's what they heard first.
Oh.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of, I almost said the two-player podcast, of the Game Drain. So
Wow, Matt
don't
doesn't even want to be here.
Shut
Wow.
up, Mike. I do want to be here because I'm hanging out with my buddies.
Let's go.
So, welcome back to another episode. Of course, I've got myself. My name is Matt. I've got Mike, Twan, and Ham here. How are you guys doing today? Tonight? This weekend?
I'm doing all right. Happy to be here. Just kind of chilling. I was actually just talking to Ryan in chat. Hi, Ryan. Showing him Starfield a few minutes ago.
Base.
And I got to show everyone that game. It's a problem at this point. Admittedly, I'm slowing down a little bit, but I still very much love the game. But yeah, I'm doing good. How about you?
Twan.
I guess I'll go.
Twan.
Yeah. You said you. I don't know who's you. My name's not you.
Well, it is now.
It is
Okay,
now.
my name's you.
Canadian.
All right. So, what have I been doing this week? I've been ever since I beat Starfield. I kind of just been waiting for Spider-Man 2 at this point. Oh, I might try out Forza Horizon actually. Now I think about not Forza Horizon, Forza Motorsport when that comes out on Tuesday. But what I've been playing, I've actually been playing a Prototype actually. Man, I just want to. I was just itching to go back to that because I was just kind of craving a sandbox hero game. We don't really get those anymore. I think the last time we got something like that, other than Spider-Man, was probably Infamous Second Son. Honestly,
Yep.
Yeah, I think after that it was the wrap, and we didn't get any more games like that. And I kind of just miss those type of games. They're always just so wacky. You can kind of just do whatever you want. You know, it's just having crazy ass powers in an open world setting is just awesome.
Yeah.
But so
I
yeah,
miss those so much, man.
Yeah,
Infamous was my shit back in the day. I miss that game in particular. I've actually never really got to play Prototype. Does it have controller support on PC? Because I should probably just buy those already.
I would imagine.
I'm not sure.
That game,
but
that
it
game
should
would
have
stink
PC.
to play with keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, it would. Let's be real. That's one of those.
100%.
That game would be fucking terrible.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
But,
I feel like that about a lot of games though. So.
Just even like games like Hulk Ultimate Destruction. I'm not sure if any.
Yeah, like arcadey stuff like that is always.
Yeah, it's just goofy ass. Just
silly games. I always want to play with like a controller for sure. Anyway,
Twan just made me turn on my PS5 and download Second Son.
It's such a good game. Like
That game was pretty
more
good.
should.
Game was
More people
fantastic.
should.
And I think there was a DLC. I think that was like
Yep.
that came.
Last Light or something.
Yeah,
Second
something like
Light.
that.
Final.
Flash.
Wasn't there actually like a rumor of like a
Flashlight.
remake or something for
Flashlight.
Infamous?
Was there a remake of Infamous? What?
No, I'm saying I'm thinking I heard about a rumor of a remake.
No,
Dude.
somebody posted a picture like, oh, it would be
Oh,
great.
I
if
know
we
that
could get
account.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
okay.
account.
I just kind of like
Yeah.
glanced at it. I didn't really see. I was just in the middle of something. I kind of saw that. I was like, no. And
I hate that account just for that. I get excited and it's like, how awesome would it be? I'm like, I hate you. I'm like,
How tubular would it be?
like, how awesome would it be if a game that's dead that people love would come back? I'm like, it'd be fucking awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, cool, wouldn't it?
Just block him.
Oh my god. No, I have no actual problem with the dude. It's just
Yeah.
a lot of people do that to begin with, so I'd be kind of
Whatever gets the clicks. Whatever gets the clicks.
Yeah.
these days now. But yeah, what else I've been playing? Oh yeah, I've been playing the Modern Warfare 3 beta. It's actually really fun. I'm having a lot of fun. The only problem that I could say right now is I'm lagging, but my internet's trash, so I think I'll just leave it. I think I'll just blame it on that, honestly. But and I think also like sometimes, I think a lot of people have actually been complaining about this, and I could see it. But sometimes it could be harder to tell what's the ally and what's the enemy. So I always see people shooting at me, but it's like an accident. Oh, that's sorry, you're my teammate, right? Because it's just I feel like they could improve the visibility between the friend and foe. So other than that, the game is just it's straight up just COD.
Yeah.
COD. You got model for 2 maps. It's a lot of fun. Honestly, what will make it or break it for me is just what kill streaks the game has at the end. In the final build. Other than that, the perks are already pretty good. Like it's got a good set of perks. And obviously, if the gun, hopefully the gun's so far pretty good. The ACR is, it's fantastic. And yeah, but yeah, really having a lot of fun with that. Rust is as good as ever. I had like 43 kills on TVM on Rust just like 2 matches ago.
Instead of 43
yeah,
deaths?
it was like the opposite. Yeah, it was like the opposite of what I usually do. I don't know if the skill-based matchmaking hasn't kicked in yet, but like I don't know, man. I'm getting pretty good lobbies, so yeah,
it's good. I forgot to say the games I was playing. Should I mention what I've been playing?
Oh yeah, sure, go for it.
Yeah. I've been playing a ton of Proteus lately. That game is like fine wine. Like it just always is getting better. Especially the more it ages and the more content people make for it. Like I played a custom user made level the other day. That was one of the arenas from Doom Eternal, and it was a horde mode level. And it was nuts. It was honestly more nuts than some of the stuff I've seen in Doom. So, like, it was just, like, non-stop, balls to the wall, just psychotic action. It was so much fun. The combat is so tight in that game. They're finally adding manual saving, which I'm really happy about. There's one thing that game does that I'm not a fan of at all, is that, and I've talked about it to Matt, he knows what I'm about to say, is I hate the fact that it doesn't have normal checkpoint system. It has something called nexus points, and like when you die, you just respawn somewhere. And some people might like that, but I don't. And the only reason why is that I don't get to perfect the battle that way. I'm kind of one of those weirdos that like doing something flawless if I can. And you get higher points for doing something flawless anyways, so it's kind of like it'd be nice if I could just restart the encounter instead of the entire level. So they're apparently finally introducing manual saving, which I'm really excited for. That game is just so much fun, and I recommend anyone go and play that personally. And they just announced a new DLC that has like a Egyptian kind of like vibe going on. I'm excited for that. Other than that, I'm playing through Tina's Wonderlands again, but I downloaded a mod called Redux, and it kind of like overhauls the entire game's like base mechanics. Like there's double jumping, there's dashing, there's entire reworks to the enemy AI and how stats works. They've been doing this apparently since Borderlands 1. I need to check out Borderlands 2 and 3's Redux mod personally, because this is really, really cool. Because games without dash nowadays is kind of hard for me to stomach. Also playing some Wolfenstein: The New Order. That game's great. I kind of forgot how awesome that game was. So yeah, that's what I've been playing. A lot of this, a lot of that. You know, kind of what I usually do, and tons of Doom Eternal. I think I've like officially passed like 2,100 hours now. It's a problem. I'm not even close to being done yet. So yeah, that game, I'm never gonna be done.
It's unfortunate, Mike.
Oh, Matt, you smell bad,
Very
bud.
unfortunate. Ham, what have you been playing, bud?
A ton of Starfield.
Let's go.
I beat Cocoon, which that was a really good game. Very short.
I hear it's good.
It's really short, but like in a good sense, to where it's like not wasting my time or being drawn out to be more than what it needs to be.
Mhm.
I played a little bit of Redfall earlier today.
Yeah,
Let's go.
It is definitely tougher than it was before.
I'm telling you, you're on midnight difficulty?
Yeah.
Dude, they are not messing around on
Like
difficulty.
it's actually like kind of like if you screw up, you will die.
Yes. 100%.
Like it wasn't like that before. Before I felt like I had chance after chance, but this time it's just like I made a mistake and I knew I made a mistake and I died. You know?
Yeah.
I was like, God damn it. I was getting chased by a vampire. And I was actually nervous. Like before, I didn't give a shit. Like I felt like a goddamn, off-duty cop that just doesn't give a shit anymore. I just kicked in the door and started blowing shit up.
So I started
But now I see a fucking vampire. I'm cutting and running and trying to regroup.
Yep. I play it a lot more stealth now. I don't do guns blazing very often.
Yeah, I was playing stealth just versus the regular enemies because they ain't fucking around no more.
No, they're not.
So I played a little bit of that. I actually been turning on my PS5 as of lately, which has been a rare occurrence for months.
Let's go.
Pretty much going back to Hogwarts.
Oh wow, okay.
So, yeah. I've been playing a little bit of Final Fantasy 16.
Oh yeah.
Going
What do you think
through
about
that.
so far?
Twan's excited.
It's weird.
How far are you actually in it though?
And it's not the story that's weird. The story's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty deep. There's a lot to watch.
Oh yeah, you have to put the control down a few times.
Yeah, I know, man, and like
I couldn't imagine playing that.
I'll like feel the seat next to me rumble because my controller's rumbling. And I'm like, you expected me to hold it that long to feel that rumble?
No,
yeah. There ain't no way I'm just sitting there holding the controller on a 10-minute scene. You can forget about it. I'm putting the controller after 3 minutes, Jack.
Yeah.
But yeah, the story is pretty cool. It's really deep. I could see why Final Fantasy players like it.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of throws me off with how just simple the attacks kind of are.
But it's just like DMC, but like
it's
toned
just
down
like
a bit.
it's just like spam square, triangle square, R1 square, square. R1 square. It's a lot
and
of that.
Hold right trigger to do the special to do the super moves.
And I can assume that I can turn up probably the difficulty a little bit and it get harder, but like it's not that it's like too easy. Mm-hmm. It seems that way, but it's really that I'm just hitting the same button.
But do you only have one?
I don't feel like I'm doing I don't feel like I'm doing any type of combination.
Yeah, but like, do you only have one power right now? Like, do you only have like the fire icon, or did you get the other one as well?
Well, I have the fire one. I have a few other things that I can up. So like, one of the cool things about it is like, it's simple, but it just adds upon. So like
Yeah.
when you upgrade, you're upgrading upon things. So then you learn it and then you master it, right?
Yeah.
So the things get more powerful. Your moves end up evolving, but it's still kind of the same buttons. You know what I mean? And I mean, hey, if you like that, that's fine. There's games I like that are like that. I don't have a problem with the game. It's just kind of I didn't see that coming. I thought it was going to be a little bit more technical, and it is.
Oh yeah. If you look at like Final Fantasy VII Remake, for example, it's a lot more. There's a lot more menus and this and that. There's a lot more.
Yeah, and I think I actually like
Yeah.
16 more because of that.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot more. Yeah, you can shut your brain off a little bit when you play Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, and I didn't see that coming. So I was like, I had my brain on, and I was like, oh, why am I using so much power? Put the thing away.
I love that.
But anyways, I've been enjoying some GT7, just getting ready for Forza. I mean, I've been really getting that itch. I really want to just spend the $35 and just upgrade it. But I'm just like, dude, I've been buying games and I'm looking at getting Spider-Man here soon. And I literally just bought 2 games at 3:45 or 5 in the morning. 1 and 2, I don't remember. Kind of lost track of time last night. But I was just on Twitter and I was in a party chat with K Mega and he was like, yo, you see these GameStop deals? He's like, it almost looks like they're going out of business the way they got some
I know, right?
going on. And I went on there, hopped on and looked. Man, they had Scarlet Nexus brand new, $5. But if you get a used copy, it's like $30. And I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah.
So I just kept digging. I was like, I already got Scarlet Nexus. I already got Street Fighter, which they had the Street Fighter collector's edition with like the figurines and stuff like that for $60. And I was like, that's a damn good deal right there. I ended up getting a couple deals myself. They had a ton of them, like I said, but and I believe those deals are still available right now. But I got Forspoken for $17.50.
Wow.
And then I also got the LA edition
Let's go.
of Dead Island 2. It comes in a box with like some cards, a map, a steel case with the physical game. How about that, Twan? With the physical game.
Wait, what came with the physical game?
That's scary.
Dead Island 2.
The Dead Island 2 LA edition.
Oh, shit, man, that's wild.
Shout out to Matt for correcting me because I was like Hella. I called it the Hella edition.
But he's that's fun.
But he's like the Hella edition.
That's fucking funny. I love that.
It comes with like player cards. It comes with a map, and it comes with a steel book with the physical game.
Man, isn't that a crazy concept?
and expansion packs and everything. I got all that shit for $25.
Wow.
That's crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if not GameStop not even necessarily going out of business, but they're probably going to completely restructure everything they're about to be doing.
Oh yeah, like, have you seen the recent statements from the owner of the company?
What'd they
say?
That dude was not happy.
Holy
he was just like he just went out there and let everybody know, hey, I'm not making any money from this. We need to turn this thing around. If there's anybody buying, gear in that ain't working properly, you will be laid off.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like this dude's talking about like we cannot take any more losses is pretty much what he's saying. And I'm assuming what he's doing is noticing his stock and it ain't moving, and he's like, yo, we need to just get something out of it.
Yeah. I can see that. He's probably, it's like probably trying to stop the unneeded bleeding at this point. That
right. He's trying to fucking, fucking, what is it? Boondock Saints. He's trying to carterize that shit, man.
Yeah.
That shit is hot.
Yeah, that guy's like, all right, you guys got to fucking stop. And it's like, it is at that point too, where it's like, I couldn't imagine. Like, I think they're going to have to do even more restructuring than just, we can't be like buying broken shit. Like, there needs to be some genuine fundamental change. And I'm not saying selling like Funko Pops and shit either, man.
Exactly.
Like
you
there
walk
needs to
into a
be
GameStop now, and that's a lot of what it is, and it's kind of
yeah,
depressing.
and it's like the only thing I bought there in the recent months was a controller with warranty, because the warranty was like $50 cheaper than what Best Buy was offering.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know, man. Like I really I don't know what they can do, but they gotta do something. They gotta do something.
Hopefully they do. I'll tell you, I haven't been. This might sound crazy. I haven't been inside a GameStop since maybe a few months after the launch of the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Any game store I've gone to since, we have a local game store relatively close by. I go, like, if I want to get a game or something physically and I don't want to order it online, I'll go there. They have it. I'm not going to go to GameStop. Especially because it's like last time I walked in there, I walked in for a brief second and they had it was just figures, it's collectibles. And I'm just like, I'm not with this. I'm really not with this.
I think like they might even need to I don't want to say cease being GameStop, man, but like nothing's wrong if they need to completely change gears. Like obviously they're gonna still have to be in the tech.
I actually had an idea about that I shared. I don't know if it was on Matt's show or if it was with Loke. I think it was with Loke.
Yeah, it might have been with Loke because I don't remember this.
I was saying, because me and Loke were talking about this in particular. Yeah, it was with Loke. So I was saying that they need to, consolidate hard, and by that I mean they need to stop having 5, 10 plus stores in a city and just make a hub, just like one place, kind of like a micro center, right? To where you come there, they can do all the checks there in real time to make sure like whatever console that you're trying to sell to them is in good shape, good to go. Yeah. They need to bring back retro games.
I would go on there if they brought back retro games.
Exactly. Nice. They need to bring back retro games and retro consoles, buy them in and be able to sell them. And they need to sell them at a deal that would make more sense than for me to go to a mom and pop shop. I mean, I want the mom and pop shops to stay around as much as anybody does. But hey, competition's competition. And if you're giving me fucking pennies for a game that I just spent $30, $40 on, I'm going to go to the mom and pop store because I'll probably find better deals on the games that would make sense for me to turn this in for their asking prices. So like, I just need them to consolidate, stop having all these little shit stores all over the place, have a staff and like a general manager there that really gives a damn about that one store and just make that the gaming spot of every town. Hell, if it's New York, maybe you need 2 of them, but you don't need 30 GameStops everywhere. And I tell you what, if you're so dope that you can say, I have anything from a Commodore 64 to a PS5 and Series X, you think people aren't going to be interested in hopping up in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's wild right there. I think they should totally do that. Take advantage, because we all see how much these games cost, man.
Yeah.
Like some of these retro games are out of pocket. So like, why wouldn't you want to be running a store that has video games that can range up to a couple grand? Why wouldn't you want that kind of stuff in your store? Instead, you're sitting around with games as a service games on your shelf that you're trying to sell that, some of them fucking died or are on their way out of the door, and you're still trying to sell that shit.
Yeah. Or better yet, you sell a console like the Series S, and now they have no reason to even go back to your store.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you think about
It's
it.
like it's a digital console, right? It's like why is someone gonna buy Series S and then go back to your store? It's not like they're gonna buy physical games for it, you know. So
Right.
Yeah.
Funny.
That's just kind of my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely I'll tell you what, it's better than what they're doing now, which doesn't seem to
yeah,
be a whole lot.
yeah, man. If I could walk into a GameStop and then come out with a Dreamcast game, I would definitely go in there.
Oh,
You know?
100%, man. I have 20. I mean, Twan, you can say this with me. I got 20 plus consoles, bro.
Yeah.
You're telling me that you have a game for every console that I got? I'm in there a few times a month.
Oh, 100%. And if the prices are fair, like that's the kicker, right? Because you go on eBay and a lot of people want a fortune for this shit. And if they could actually have, competitive prices in there, then I'm gonna walk in there. I'm gonna see what you got. Like
Absolutely.
for sure.
There's no question.
Yeah. Especially if you
Definitely.
even have these consoles too, like these consoles are harder to find, they'll be like, yep, it's nice and refurbished, it works good. And yeah, sure. I'll check it out.
Like they should be the all things shop. Like they should have a few mechanics on deck that are like there's mom and pop game stores that I've seen that in. You
Mhm.
walk in and they
Yeah.
have and they got people maybe not like right behind the desk, but I went to this one place called the Game Room in Lincoln, Nebraska, where I'm from, like my hometown where I'm from, and they have the regular business in like in the basement. And I told the dude, hey, I worked at Gamers at the time. And I was saying, hey, I work at Gamers, and we're shutting down and whatnot. And this is pretty dope. And he's like, well, if you're ever looking for a job and you move back here, come check us out. And I was like, yeah. He was interested in talking to me because I walked up to him and I asked him, I was like, hey, do you have any Sega CD games or 3DO? And he got a grin. He was like, oh shit.
This guy means business.
Someone's looking for some really weird shit. So and then like I told him, like I told you guys, I told him where I was working and stuff like that at the time, and he went on ahead. He took me out of the store. We walked around the corner and went into these doors, and he got me onto an elevator. I had no idea what the fuck we were doing. He was just like he just told me that
To be murdered.
he just told me that hey,
missing.
I gotta go. He's like, those are really like hard to find kind of stuff. We need to go back into the inventory that we have. So we went around the corner. It's still the same building. It was just like the elevator that you have to get to where they have their storage is in a different part of the building. So we went up in the elevator, went up another floor, and it felt like a whole new building. They had just video games wall to fucking wall. I'm talking about like a full like think of a GameStop store. Walking in a GameStop store, they had like a floor of like 3 stores worth of space, and it was just filled with video games. And that was one room. I walked into another room. They had 6 engineers working on classic consoles, getting them to work again. And then we walked into another back room, and he had just drawers full of games without cases. And that's where the 3DO and the Sega Saturn abundance was.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I got like Spider-Man versus Kingpin and like Way of the Warrior and shit like that from, was that store. And I was just thinking like, yo, this is a mom and pops type shit going on right here. And they're doing this. Like, what the fuck is GameStop doing right now?
I know, they're slacking.
Yeah. Especially compared to that, my God.
Yeah, like I mean, they should like a place like GameStop, especially when you're selling physical games. You should be all over retro games, in my opinion.
Oh,
But
you should be all over just video games. That's your thing.
Exactly.
It's like a football team that only works on offense. Like, dude, there's a whole other side of the ball.
Like honestly, I'm surprised I walk into my GameStop and they're still selling 360 games. Like I assume that would be too old for them. Like
They still sell 360 games.
Yeah, well, at least where I am, sometimes they'll have like some 360 games here.
Yeah, but keep in
Not too
mind,
many,
Matt, he's not. They do a lot. A lot of the GameStop still have PS3 and 360 games, but it's like one row, and it's
Yeah.
like a very small selection. It's something that you'd walk by and be like, I didn't notice until I spent about 30 minutes in the store just looking around because there's nothing to see.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I have no idea because, like I said, I have not been in a GameStop for a minute.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, it's good that it's, I guess there's still some of that there, but they need more of it, and yeah, they need to lean into the whole retro games thing.
Absolutely.
It's just, I don't know. I don't see them being around much longer if they continue the way they've been going the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they better continue because I got my fucking warranty through them, so they don't got a choice.
Yeah, that would suck.
They don't got a choice.
At least they should last long enough until your warranty expires.
Yeah, it's like I'll just, if something happens, if they're going out, I'll just fucking bring in one of my other scuffs and be like, hey, this is the one that you need to replace, and just have 2 fully functioning scuffs.
Nice.
Mike,
go. All right,
take you down with me. I'm just kidding.
All right, so we do actually have topics today, and Ham actually mentioned.
God, we do.
Yeah, Ham actually mentioned one of them when he brought up Redfall.
The big one.
Because this is not the that's not the big
one of them. No, that's good.
It's big, but the big one is obviously the big one. So it's like Redfall got a big update with 60 FPS included for consoles. I guess I'm going to throw it around. I don't know the answer for you, Twan. Mike, have you tried Redfall? Because Ham already said he has.
Yep, after struggling with the god-awfulness that is the PC Xbox app, I did. And actually I just found out using the Windows Store app is a better alternative than using the Xbox PC app. I can't explain it, but whatever. It's still Redfall.
Wait. Can you re-say just what you said at the beginning? Did you say something about downloading it?
Yeah, I for some reason when I reinstalled that game, it failed at like 80% on the Xbox game, like the Xbox PC app. That game's like 100 gigabytes. It failed at 80%, and I had to restart it. I looked up the error code, and it's a thing from like 2017, 2018. People are like, what is this? And like Microsoft in the comments like, like Microsoft support. It's like I'm like, all right, okay, cool. So workaround, even though they use the same backend, I realized if you use the Windows Store, it's connected to everything Game Pass, so you could actually just download everything from there. And I successfully downloaded it from there. And it downloaded faster than even what it did on the PC Xbox app. But yeah, it failed like at 84%. And that was like 88 gigabytes downloaded by that point. It was Matt was in the voice call with me. I was fucking livid.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry about that. I'm really on Microsoft's ass with that shit, especially because I pay for it. Anyways, yeah, I played it. It's still very much Redfall, and like I mean, what do you expect from that kind of an update? But there's definitely more enemies, but there's so many places where like there's one mission where it's like sneak into this house and plant a candle on a windowsill or whatever.
Yeah.
And there was only one enemy in that giant yard. and that house combined. There was only one person on that property. I'm like, what is happening here? Like, that was the mission, just kill that one person that wasn't even a part of the mission. Realistically, I could have just snuck by him. And just, there's like fundamental stuff like that where I feel like, I don't want to say the game's broken, but to me, it kind of feels that way. Like, it feels like, it's like, to me, it's like, it's great they fixed the whole enemy population spawning and stuff. Like, there is more going on in the world. It's nice to not have to go 10 minutes without shooting something. Like, that's nice. But like, I still go do these side quests, and it's like it was like a place too that they're like, oh, cultists are luring people in here to kill people and trick them, and I'm like, I go there and there's one person. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay. I don't know. There's stuff like that where like I just can't shake the feeling that, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is a truth at this point, where the game is just really half-baked in a lot of departments. As much as there are things I do enjoy about it, like the enemy AI definitely actually hit hard now, which is very nice. The shooting feels a bit more tight. Me and Matt aren't 100% sure if we remember this correctly, but now there is like a headshot noise that sounds really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, for me, it's like the fundamental issues of the game are still there, and that's fine. That's probably if they don't fix them, I totally understand it. Because I'm not gonna really hold it against them, because they kind of didn't really want to make this game like that at all. Like, they kind of were hoping Microsoft apparently might have canceled whatever the rumor was. Who knows? So like, I've kind of moved on personally. I'll give it another shot. At some point, I'll probably make a new character, because I kind of think it might be better if I just start over again. So yeah, but that's kind of what I'm feeling, is that my first impressions have kind of stuck around. You guys remember, after leaving a vampire nest, you couldn't crouch. You couldn't open your map to fast travel. You couldn't even quit the game correctly. You had to force quit it. Like, that to me it's rough. But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they'll turn that shit around completely, and because there is something fun there. I think the combat's fun. I think the sneaking around when there's actually things to kill is really fun. Like, because it's an arcane game. But there is something to me where it's just like, something doesn't feel right. So yeah, that's just my opinion, though. What do you guys feel about?
I got you.
No, I mean, the thing is, that game has the chance to be creepy, but I don't ever really feel creeped out in it. Like, it's weird. I can't. There's something about that game where it's like, I feel like it's like a game that doesn't exist. It's almost like a game that you see in the background of like movies and shit. Like, for some reason, that's what it kind of feels like to me.
So like a fake game almost.
Like a fake game almost. And I'm not shitting on Arcane there. Arcane are fantastic. That's not me shitting on them. But it's like, for some reason, there's like this weird disconnect I have with this game, where I feel like I'm just a bunch of assets running, like, like, not Unity, like, like Unity assets, like, think of like that, like a bunch of assets from the Unreal Engine running around and shooting other assets from the Unreal Engine. That's kind of how I really feel with Redfall. Which kind of sucks, because I do think the idea of that game is really, really cool. That's my opinion, though.
Okay. I mean, hey, that's that. Nothing wrong with that.
I guess I'll go next. I feel like I have the least to say.
I mean, have you even played it?
Out of the way.
The new
I
update?
have not. I have not gone around even playing the game at all yet. So.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I think it was the most
You
basic
might
of
have the
all
least
time.
to say.
Yeah, that's one. But honestly, like, it's great that that they're actually improving the game, though, because I mean, I think Bethesda, like, you got to give it to Bethesda. No matter how a game releases, like, they stick with it to the bitter end. Like, it's not like Square Enix, where they release a game, but like, oh, it's failed, it's over, there's no coming back, and they just shut the game down in like the first year. Other than like Final Fantasy 14, which was like a miracle that game actually turned around. But yeah, so you got to give credit where credit's due with Bethesda, that they're actually improving the game. And I also find it funny that, like, literally right before this, literally there's like a bunch of articles going out. Yeah, like IGN. Yeah. IGN's like, oh man, it's been it's been this long, no updates. They're probably gonna shut it down, and then literally just not even like an hour later, they update the game. It's almost like they fucking reminded, like,
It's
because,
like they were,
shit, that's right.
It's like they were waiting for someone to say that so they could be like, well, fuck you too, and then that's
It's like they had the update on like the background. It was just ready just in time until someone would release an article like that or something. I don't know. That was just absolutely hilarious to see. Like, I was almost confused when I saw that. I was wait a second. Didn't I read something about IGN? Like, it was funny. But yeah. So I mean, I feel like console gamers probably get the most out of this update. Like, I'm not really sure what PC gamers got out of it.
Sorry. Matt, actually, you should go.
Yeah, because
Matt, go.
I've played it The only place I haven't played the update is on my Series X, which is hilarious because I probably should.
Yeah.
But I played it on PC, and I don't know if that's where you played it, Ham.
He
Yeah.
tried to, right? Didn't he try originally? Oh, sorry. I'm thinking of originally. Sorry. Go
No,
on.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm talking with the update.
I just played the update on the PC.
Yeah,
Alright.
so, well, shit. I mean, for me, it's a whole different fucking thing. Because, like, dude, I went from before when this game launched. This was I said it. I think I even said it on the show. That was the worst PC port I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen something that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I know there were ports that you could argue were worse, but I never played those, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was so awful. And then I played it with this update. That when it launched, I was getting like there'd be moments I'd be getting 70 FPS, then it'd be down to 20, then it would just freeze completely, and then it would be back up to 80 FPS, and then 30. It was horrible.
You
It
were
was
bottoming out on your VRAM. The game. Oh, sorry. I'll be nerdy in a second. Sorry.
no. It's just like it was unplayable. And with this update, I don't even like. I have a 4070 Ti. I don't even really use frame generation. I'm I'm like consistently above 100 FPS. Like consistently
Oh.
at max settings. Whereas before, keep in mind, before when I was playing it, medium settings because all the settings were fucking broke. So
Yeah.
like, I was at medium settings getting the results I was getting. Now I'm at ultra everything, 1440p, and I can play it at 100 FPS consistently, without any frame generation or anything like that. So whatever they did, I mean, fuck. I say this: if the game launched like this, I don't think it would change. Like, it wouldn't make the game great, but it would make it. It scored
Tolerable.
it scored like in the 60 or 59. If the game launched like this, it would be like a 72. It'd be a fine game. It wouldn't be a fucking running joke. For sure. It'd be a fine game. It would have its audience, and people would enjoy it for what it was. But I feel like launching the way it did kind of hurt it. But yeah,
100%.
I mean, I guess to give my take on the whole update as a whole, I very much enjoy it. I don't think it's going to make the game. It's not going to make the game a masterpiece. It's not even going to make the game a really good game. It's not going to make the game a good game. But it's fun. It's fun enough to play now that I can play it the way I want to play it. Because it's an arcane game. I like playing arcane games a very certain way, and now I can play the game that way. There's actual stealth mechanics in the game, whereas that didn't exist when the game launched.
It didn't. Yeah.
There was no reason to play stealth whatsoever. Suppressors didn't do anything on weapons. If you shot a weapon with a suppressor, enemies would hear it. There's no reason to use a suppressor. There was no stealth takedowns. It didn't feel rewarding to play stealth at all. Now it feels rewarding. And I will say what Mike was saying about how, like, you said you don't really feel tense playing it. I never felt tense when this game came out. I never felt tense playing it. I ran into houses. It could be filled with vampires. I don't really care. It didn't matter. I noticed there are some houses near the firehouse where you first walk out into the open world, where, God, I've done this house like
I think I know what
so
you're
many
talking
times,
about.
but it's full of vampires. And I walked in there. This was the first thing I did on the update. I completely forgot about the difficulty. I forgot it was on the hardest difficulty. I walked in that house, and I shot one of the vampires, shot him again, staked him, and then I was just being chased around the house by vampires. And that was actually kind of tense. That actually made me, like, sweat a little bit. And think about what I was doing. Whereas before, that was just not the case. That really
Yeah,
wasn't
they're
the
getting
case.
stuck in walls and they're like teleporting to other rooms because their pathfinding couldn't get to you. It was
Yeah, well, they fucking find you so quick now, and they're usually behind you before you really even know it. But yeah, that's like I think all in all, the update raises the game to about a 7 out of 10. I don't think this game has the mechanics to make it a great game, but I think this is about as good as you can get. Maybe they add more to it as time goes on, and maybe they do add mechanics that make it a much better game. But like with what it is now, a solid average game, and probably the best time. Well, not probably the best time to play it would be now if you haven't played it. And smart on you for not playing it at launch if you haven't. So, yeah, definitely check it out. Does anyone else have anything to say?
Honestly, it feels like it was kind of just the beta test, and now the game finally released. Like, honestly, at least from what I could see from a distance.
Yeah, I'm shocked because, like, I think Ham brought it up at one point. I believe you said you thought it would be like next year we get the 60 FPS update. I
Something
think
like
you,
that.
yeah, you said it would be like a year anniversary, and I was like, God, that's gonna be terrible. Because like the way the shape the game was in, I mean, you saw like literally right before the update dropped, it was like 2 concurrent players on Steam. It was like, dude, there's
Terrible.
if you wait, if you wait for a 1 year anniversary of this game to drop a much needed update, then it's too late. It's too late.
The player count would somehow be in the negatives by that point.
Like, exactly. Like you actually hit 0 concurrent players by the time you drop an update. So it's like they dropped the update. Did you see people were joking? Like they're
went up 66%.
It's up like 500%. It's like 60 players now. And I thought that was funny. But
yeah, it was funny.
But yeah, new update for Redfall. Check it out. I mean, now's the time, honestly, because it actually plays very nice on consoles and on PC. And I would imagine it would be the same even if you have more modest hardware in your PC as well. It doesn't seem like a very demanding game.
Well, the issue is with the whole computer shit, especially on Ham's behalf, is that game is way, 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 way too VRAM hungry. At most, they probably lowered the, and because I'm a fucking nerd, I monitored like the VRAM consumption, and it probably only went down like depending on the situation, maybe 10%. But like the thing is like people with 8 to 10 gigabyte VRAM cards are for the most part kind of fucked with that game because it's just like
I was gonna say it still felt like it was trying a little too hard.
It's like
it was definitely more consistent, but it was just like for where I am and what I'm doing, I just felt like it was just kind of just working harder than it should have been.
No, absolutely. Yeah, it's like it was like almost like the game is like I don't know what it is. It's that's something that developers need to get a hold of too, because there's a lot of games that just will inhale everything your card can do for like no reason and not have anything to show for it. But
that's kind of what it felt like.
Yeah, like sorry, go on.
Go ahead.
No, you're completely right. Like you're like it's literally nothing to do with your hardware. I mean, you could say, "Oh, it's the VRAM." Like, yeah, but like, let's be real here. What's this key? That game looks okay. It looks decent. In some areas, it looks really good. That game, there's no reason why that game needs anything over 8 gigabytes of VRAM, regardless of the resolution. That game is just kind of, I don't know. It's like I don't think it'll ever get to the point where it's completely fixed either. Was it Pete Hines or who's the one that said they want to fix that game like completely and make it to what?
It was definitely Pete Hines.
It was Pete Hines.
Yeah.
I think that's a really honorable thing, but a part of me is kind of like, take your lick your wounds and it's like lick your wounds and just move on. Like if you want to do like another like stab at the Redfall universe, make that shit single player only and make it an Arcane game. I know some people might be bummed at that because I know a lot. I mean, the multiplayer was fun, but like I kind of just I'm a little over it. You know what I mean? Like I don't think they should put any more resources into that game personally. I think they should get that. I think what's the support studio working on it? I can't remember what their name is.
Alpha. It's either Alpha. It's Alpha Dog or something else. I can't remember. But
I think you're right about it being Alpha Dog. It's
Roadhouse,
like
maybe.
Roadhouse. I
Roadhouse.
think you're right. You're right. Thank you. I think honestly, it's like it's admirable that like admirable, whatever word you want to say, potato, that you want to make it like what it's envisioned. But I think it's like let Arcane just move on to other things. That game was essentially kind of thrusted upon them when they didn't want to make a live service game. It's just let them do anything else now. But who knows? Maybe they were like, we want to fix this because maybe they actually do believe in like a vision for it, and now they can actually focus on that vision. But goddamn, man,
Yeah.
that game got delayed for an entire was it like almost like an entire year almost?
Basically a year.
Dude, I don't even want to know what that game was like a year ago.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to know.
I think I'm gonna say I think they'll quote unquote fix it because
I'll play it for sure.
I just feel like if they hung in there with Fallout 76 of all games, I feel like maybe it probably won't be Arcane to fix it unless they really want to fix it. It'll probably be Roadhouse, but I
Does that
think
game have any microtransactions? Because that's the one thing that
no microtransactions.
That's the only one reason sometimes I question like what are they gonna do? Because with Fallout at least, what was the gain was to make a lot of money off it, because it already had like but like I don't know though, like a popular game is a popular game and bringing people in is a good thing regardless. So sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Continue.
I feel like Arcane will probably move on to whatever they want to do. I imagine Leon's working on Dishonored 3, which, I mean, I feel like that's a safe bet, which means Austin, they have the choice of probably either working on this, I guess they could make something new, or they would make Prey 2. I mean, me personally, I would really hope it's Prey 2. I would also be down for something new, but if they really think that they can do something with Redfall and they want to see it through, then by all means, go ahead and do it. But I don't think it's going to be them. I think it'll be is it Roundhouse or Roadhouse?
I think it's Roundhouse.
Roundhouse.
Yeah.
I think it'll be Roundhouse that does this, that takes it over. I wouldn't be surprised if they were. I wonder if I can look that up and see if I can find some information on it. I wouldn't be surprised if they were the ones who did a lot of this.
Oh, I wouldn't be either. I think it was.
Yeah. So, like, I think they'll fix it. Whatever fix it means, I think they'll fix it.
Yeah.
To get it to where their vision of what it should be is. But whatever that is, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But, I mean, hey, they at least acknowledge that they acknowledge it exists, and they are trying. So that is at the very least admirable. But yeah, does anybody else have anything to say about Redfall before we move right on to the next one? No more. Okay, cool. Right. So did you guys see from VGC they tweeted ChatGPT was used to write the Golem game apology? It's claimed. Allegedly. This is alleged.
That's hysterical.
So there's actually an article on this from VGC. It says the AI program ChatGPT was used to write the apology for the bug-filled Lord of the Rings Gollum game. It has been claimed. Now, if you don't know about this, I mean, there was an apology that was issued from the account. I forget the name of the developer. Let me see if I can find it in this article. I don't know how to say it, honestly. Daedalic?
Sure.
Something like that.
I honestly have no idea.
But they posted an apology soon after the game released because the game, I think it's not good at all. I think even now it's the worst rated game of the year. I believe. I'm pretty
sure.
And I think it's like a 30 something on Metacritic, which is just not. I mean, I don't even know how you did that.
It definitely makes Redfall look like a masterpiece. That's for sure.
And that was the funny thing was like this came out. I think it was either just a little bit before or a little bit after Redfall, and it took some heat off of Redfall, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
But they issued an apology, that, see if I can bring it up here and read it for myself. Here we go. Okay. It says, a few words from the Lord of the Rings Gollum team. We would like to, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but it says, we would like to sincerely apologize for the underwhelming experience many of you have had with the Lord of the Rings Gollum upon its release. We acknowledge and deeply regret that the game did not meet the expectations we set for ourselves or for our dedicated community. Please accept our sincere apologies for any disappointment this may have caused. And it just kept going on like that. And I believe it was Vinny. It might have even been you, Ham. Did somebody posted in our chat, our group chat about
They
this.
misspelled something?
No, somebody pointed out this reads like AI wrote it.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody pointed that out. I want to say it was Vinny who said that. And come to find out that might very well be the case. which is nuts. And that comes from an interview with some ex-developers from that studio who are basically in unison saying that ChatGPT was used to write that apology. And that upper management of the studio didn't even know of the apology's existence.
That's insane.
So I guess the question I want to ask is, does that surprise you when you hear that, hey, AI wrote our apology for our broken game in 2023? No. Does that surprise? Is that something that
dude? It's like AI made that game, dude. It's like an AI made that game.
Yeah, it's just funny that they as much effort that they put into the game, they put into their apology as well. You know?
Yeah, right. It is something, and I what's funny is when I was making the thumbnail today, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but when I made the thumbnail, I went to image creator on Bing and typed in just Gollum at the podium, and I put a PNG of Gollum at like an AI generated image of Gollum standing at a podium, and I thought it was hilarious. Honestly, just issuing an apology.
I love that.
But yeah, I thought this was absolutely insane. The level of not really, if that's true, of course, the level of not really caring and just saying,
like, fuck it, make it do it, yeah.
Yeah, like just going to Bing or ChatGPT, I guess, and being like, just make an apology for me. Just make an apology for me. And then they just post it. I imagine they didn't even read it.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just hilarious. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up because I thought it was hilarious. Does anyone have anything to say about that? I don't know.
Man, I'm just wondering if we're gonna get more shit like this with AI.
I think we will.
More.
Oh yeah. We absolutely are.
Oh man, AI's taking over.
They're gonna have to be smarter though. They're gonna have to be smarter about it because people are definitely like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, I mean, if Vinny like potentially sussed it out, then it's like, it seems like there's a trend with how AI writes its shit. I guess Yeah,
so. there's kind of like a tell.
Mm-hmm.
Like usually if I look at like Matt's Twitter, I'm like, this is all AI. There's no way this is Matt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start tweeting. I'm gonna whatever that means. I'm gonna start tweeting like an AI.
You know what? Like honestly, I'm gonna like go to ChatGPT or any AI site and just be like, tweet something like write a comment about Doom Eternal for me about how much I enjoy it, and I'm just gonna like post that instead.
That might be what I'm gonna do, like a tweet a day that's just completely AI. Let's do that. And I'm not gonna tell anyone which it is. God. I'll just go to ChatGPT and type in Xbox better than PlayStation, and just whatever it gives me is what I tweet.
It gives. I love that.
Just some terrible nonsense. But yeah, I just thought this was a funny thing to bring up. But I mean, the biggest news of this week and probably next week, I mean definitely next week if it all comes to fruition, is the fact that
Spider-Man.
Microsoft, Spider-Man. Wait, Spider-Man. What are you talking about? Spider-Man doesn't come out next week, Ham. What are you doing, bud?
Come on, man.
I wish.
Ham does not. Yeah, that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? But Microsoft can officially be done or could officially be done with the ABK deal Friday the 13th of all days of next week, which is just, I mean, it's going to be very spooky.
October on Friday the 13th. That's actually wild.
Yeah,
That is wild.
October
Look,
Friday
man,
the 13th.
I think I'm gonna stay inside. I'm gonna be scared to go out.
I don't.
Oh no, I work on that day. Oh no, I'm dead. Dude, I'm gonna get my hand chopped off in a slicer. No.
Is definitely gonna be some workplace accidents on Friday the 13th.
Oh, don't say that. I'm fucking dead. I'm dead. All right. It was nice knowing you guys. I'm gonna bleed out that
Mike's
day.
gonna turn himself into a turkey.
I'm gonna become Gabagool. Oh my god.
But
Fuck,
this,
man, now I'm actually scared. Fuck.
I don't think you gotta be. I mean, unless you're a PlayStation fanboy, I don't think you need to be scared.
Yeah. Oh my god. Listen to that bot. I'm just kidding.
There's no reason unless you're Jim Ryan.
Mike.
Jim Ryan having nightmares still.
Yeah.
God bless him. God bless our king, Jim Ryan. But it says The Verge reports Microsoft will seal the deal on Friday, October 13th, pending final approval from the UK. If true, it'll go through just 5 days before the October 18th deadline agreed to by Microsoft and Activision. So it looks like finally. I mean, it feels like we've said this a few times, and I know Ham wants to be a little cautious about it. I'm putting my stake in the ground. This is over. Finally, it's over. Because if it's not over, here's the thing: if it's not over, and then we run the risk of going past that October 18th deadline, and then it's really not over.
Yeah.
And then it's super not over. So, and I'm not going for that at all. I'm saying it right now. It's over. Fingers crossed and everything. This is done. We can move on from it. But how do you guys feel about this closing on Friday the 13th, possibly of all days?
Man, it'd just be funny if the moment this deal gets closed officially, Microsoft's all like, "Call of Duty's exclusive." It's just fucking.
Phil Spencer just like out of breath in a video on the official Xbox account. It's exclusive. It's exclusive.
Everything's exclusive.
Fucking did it, you pieces of shit. Fuck you. You didn't think I could.
My everything's canceled on PlayStation. It's fucking.
He's just sweating. Yeah, he cancels the game that he just played the beta for.
Oh my god.
He's just sweating and out of breath. It's exclusive.
Oh Jesus.
I'd be
Dude,
like,
Phil Spencer must have like. Dude, that man's gonna have a very well-earned retirement after all this shit.
oh, dude, he's. I mean, he's already earned his retirement. Whenever he wants to retire, he's free to do so. And I'll tell you, who's earned a step into his place just really quick is Sarah Bond. So
it has to be.
I'm just gonna
it
say
has
that.
To be.
But yeah, I mean,
Sarah Bond's goat.
I mean, Mike, what are your thoughts, bud? This finally, possibly, almost being over.
You know what's sad? What's going to happen is something has to happen for this to pass, and what's going to happen is I'm going to die in the deli. That's what's going to happen.
Mike's going to die specifically in the deli.
In the deli, I'm going to cut something's going to happen. I'm going to trip. My hand's going to go right through that slicer, and I'm going to bleed out. But no, I'm. God damn it! I that's a horrifying thought. Oh god. Anyways. It is, dude. The amount of times I've gotten hurt in that fucking place is unreal. Anyways, I'm excited. I just want this over. I am really excited to just start getting this, especially get this stuff on the Game Pass because there are Call of Duties I've been wanting to play. I want to play the campaign of World War II. I want to play the campaign of what was the good one, Infinite Warfare's campaign. Is that the good one?
Infinite Warfare. Advanced Warfare is pretty good. Infinite Warfare is like
right. Yeah.
Yeah, Infinite Warfare is a good campaign.
Yeah.
So it's like I kind of just want. I mean, admittedly, I just kind of want those already. So yeah, just want it over with. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I need a nap.
Just meat.
Just meat.
Ham, how do you feel, bud? And I do have a question follow up for after this. But Ham, how do you feel, bud, about the whole deal? Possibly, maybe being over.
Oh, that'd be great. I'm ready to see a roadmap of what they plan on doing with ABK, and the sooner And I don't think that's going to be coming out as soon as they finalize a deal or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But in my mind, I'm just thinking the sooner they do that, the sooner we get to the brass tacks, like I just want to be able to, with or without it, be able to move on and be like, all right, well, this is what's expected now for whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, but who's even say they even do that anytime soon? But to me, it's more likely that they do that than do what PlayStation's currently doing and just keep all the cards completely away from anybody at all.
Yeah, stay very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the question I wanted to ask, the follow up, which you kind of hinted at there, is when do you think? Because like after they got Bethesda, after that officially went through, it wasn't long after that we got the roundtable with Todd Howard and Pete Hines and everybody. Like, do you think there's something like that after this goes through, or how soon after this goes through do you think we see something like that? And also,
because they're not going to want to do anything during the holiday season, especially with Modern Warfare 3 dropping.
That's pretty smart, actually. That's pretty smart. I never thought of that. But do you think Bobby Kotick is at that round table?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's at the round table until like they're I'm sure they want to, move on from Bobby at some point soon.
Sure.
But I think it'd be very ignorant to be like, we got him, now get him out. I'm sure you'd want to know the ins and outs of what he knows and just have somebody study closely. Like, so have like a Sarah Bond just like pretty much shadow him for like a couple months and just see how he moves around meetings, what's to be expected of him, what's, not to be expected, how to handle investors, yada yada. So like he's really good at that. Obviously, he's so good that he masked a ton of trouble while doing it. So like, I mean, it might sound a little scummy saying, "Yo, Sarah Bond, can you learn from this person?" But I mean, even a scummy great basketball or football player can still teach you a ton of shit that's fucking useful. So like, use the hell out of that opportunity and then, give him the golden parachute that he, I guess, earned.
Yeah.
From the deal.
And I guess the second question is, do you, or when do you think we start seeing games come to Game Pass from this deal?
I'd say as soon as like a week or shit, really, as soon as the deal gets dealt with, really. I mean, kind of what I think. I think it really depends on how confident Microsoft is that this is going to go through, which I feel like they're extremely confident. So, I mean, I feel like they're going to be kind of like a little kid with a lot of money, after this deal goes through. It's just like, can't wait to just show out and show off and let everybody know what I got. Why would you want to keep something like that secret at all? Like, as soon as you figure that out, it's like, yo, somebody open the gates, let them in, we're open.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Like, I don't think it'll be like the thing I want people to keep in mind is like, I don't think it's going to be like Modern Warfare 3 in Game Pass right away or Modern Warfare 2 in Game Pass right away. I think you're going to see like them like maybe start with the earlier versions and continue to move on up, because I feel like they could optimize however, or integrate Game Pass and some of the things that you do, weekly goals and stuff like that. I feel like they could get that stuff taken care of quicker with the older stuff and just get it out there and really focus on the newer stuff and rolling it out properly. Especially since those are more popular. But I mean, something like Black Ops 2, I don't see why you'd want to wait. Get that out there. Modern Warfare, the old Modern Warfares, get that out there. World at War, get that out there.
Yeah, especially because you have like, I mean, they do have like the servers are in good shape now, and it's a good look to just have that out there.
And this is more. It's more, and I just want to say before you move on, it's more than just the Call of Duties as well. This is I'm talking like backwards compat in general. So get those Spyros out there, get those Crashes, out there. You know, and I think that would be the easiest way to go about it. Get those things that are just they're already completely done games that just need to be re-advertised and say that hey, this can be accessed here now. Okay, great.
Man, I would love for them to get the Crash Nitro Fueled onto PC. They're doing it with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 re-release. So, dude, if they can get that on PC too, that'd be fucking awesome.
Like, I don't know if it's complicated because, like, I think the engine that they use, they don't support it anymore. So I'm not sure if that's going to be an issue, but I don't know.
I honestly have no idea. Find a way. Or, I mean, I could always just go to use. There's someone already like made like an HD mod using the Yuzu emulator or whatever it's called, and like I could do that. But I just want to buy it. Like I just want to give you my money. Like goddamn.
Yeah, because I know the PlayStation version has like different textures on the Switch version. Like there's like fur effects and all that kind of shit.
So it's like
which one?
Yeah, it's like stuck at 30 on the even on the 1X version of the game, and I'm like, damn you. I'm like, I know you could run at 60. Why didn't they let you? So, but yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to add that in. That was this games I'd like to see.
Yeah, but I think with Crash Nitro Fuel, I'm pretty sure the acceleration is tied to the frame rate. From what I heard, like I know, like the time trials, they say like it's actually illegal if you say like, oh yeah, I did it for 60 frames, because apparently you actually start faster when you bump the game up to 60 FPS on like a Switch emulator.
That's just good game design right there.
Yeah. So yeah,
I should just download an emulator and play original Crash Team Racing.
Yeah. So I don't know, what were we talking about again? I forgot.
I have the same question. I have the same question for you guys. When do you think we see a roundtable after the deal is done, and how long until we see games and Game Pass from it?
I mean, like I think Ham was pretty spot on. Like I feel like it'd probably be sometime after Modern Warfare 3 comes out, possibly. And I feel like games on Game Pass could possibly come out, just as soon as like maybe the week after. I think we could definitely see games going on Game Pass. And what I really hope, and this is just me kind of like, just I guess just being dreaming a little bit, but I hope that they bring back the backwards compatibility program with this deal and like start bringing back games. Like I'm not sure if maybe Quake 4 was if Activision ties with Quake 4 was an issue before, if they could bring that game back, and
that'd be nice.
Or maybe they bring all, just a bunch of Activision games that they had troubles, but because of licensing issues, and like maybe Activision didn't want to bring them on, on backwards compatibility program because they couldn't like remaster them or whatever. I don't know, but whatever reason why they couldn't do it, I'm pretty sure they could do it now. So hopefully, because I heard some rumors that they're thinking about doing that, so it would be nice if they actually did do that. But that's just wishful thinking on my end. Game Pass games possibly the week after, and I'd say that roundtable is probably sometime after Modern Warfare 3. So that's what I think personally.
I'm really curious because I'm of two minds, especially when Ham was saying, "Oh, they got gonna have Kodak there." I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they don't even have a roundtable. To be quite honest with you, or at least a traditional roundtable, like what we got with Bethesda. I feel like even though what's funny is this is probably more crucial to have it, but I feel like they want, at least with having Kodak there, I feel like they want to read the room as much as possible, because I feel like I know you can't just like kick him out the door. That's not going to work. You can't just all of a sudden just take the company or acquire the company and just kick him out. You need to transition the power. You need to learn how the ins and outs are. I mean, they probably, I guess, have been talking for at length now. So who really knows what's been discussed, or it's even technically legal to be allowed to be discussed. But yeah, but like I'm of two minds where I can see Kodak being there and why he wouldn't be there, and why maybe they might not even have a round table at all. But even though I think they probably should. But yeah, if they're gonna do one, like a month.
Okay. And I'm glad you said that because I kind of had the same feeling. Although I feel like there's going to be a roundtable, I just don't think. I don't think they want Bobby Kotick there.
And the reason, and it's like it's just that, you know, I just feel like even just a week ago, like something came up again about the whole Activision like sexual assault or like abuse or like, you know, I just feel like there's something unearthed like every other week about that company, and then to have like a round table with him there, even though like I get it, like he was the head of the company, like I'm not saying like, you know, he doesn't, you know, shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, but like I kind of feel like, you know, reading the room a little bit in that regard, because there was a huge uproar when any of that stuff comes out, dude. Like, there's so many lawsuits against Activision right now. It's actually pretty crazy. It's pretty nuts how many active lawsuits there are. But who knows? I'm not a, you know, like
You are now.
I honestly lost my train of thought because I was about to sneeze. So that's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
It's unfortunate.
Matt, you were gonna fart and sneeze.
What?
Or what would you cough and sneeze at the same time? What did you do again the other day?
Oh, I burped and sneezed.
Burped and sneezed.
Yeah, it was bad. But I mean, oh my god. Okay, never mind.
Bobby Hodak. Get his ass, Ryan. Bobby Hodak. Get him. Let him know.
That's great.
And oh my god, our Hawaiian friend Vinny is now in the chat.
Vinny, what's up?
I did want to say one last thing about that.
Go ahead.
Like as for because you guys were saying like maybe a month or something like that. I really think that they'd want to have this roundtable not only when after they close. Sure, they might have some games and stuff like that come out like within the month of closing, but I feel like they wouldn't really want a roundtable until after they get the FTC off that ass as well.
That's fair.
Okay.
That is very, 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 very
have
fair.
all loose ends tied, and then we can sit down and talk publicly. But why the hell would we want to talk publicly right before this asshole is bothering us one more time? You know?
Yeah, dude. Especially after they've lost like how many times in court now? And they're like, we're gonna go into our own courts. Do you know how like their next process, like we're gonna go to court in our own system again? I'm like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, what is wrong with you? You lost like 3 times at this point. Just stop. Just stop.
They're not gonna stop. Like, they're gonna keep spending money.
Nah.
Love it.
Oh boy.
But yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, when is the whole thing with the FTC supposed to be? It's not long after this is supposed to close, right?
I thought it was like December or something.
Yeah, like they're gonna have like another internal court date. But the thing is that won't matter. From my understanding, it won't matter at that point because all they're trying to get from that is an injunction or whatever it's pronounced. So it's like really just making a damn fool of themselves once again, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, once the deal closes, like I've seen articles that are like, oh, you know, like the FTC could kill the deal even after it closes, and it's like I don't think so. I mean, hey, I don't know, but like I don't think that's how that works, is it? I don't believe that is the case.
I honestly like they're trying to get an injunction still right now from what they're doing. It's like, dude, they're gonna have to find like some horrendous shit that Microsoft is doing for to be able to like find like anything to kill this deal. Like I don't. There's no way in hell. There's way too many. Like you think America, especially out of like, it must be real. I mean, but like out of every country that has said yes, you know, that out of nowhere they're gonna find somebody in the political system to kill this shit. Like after if it does close, like I really don't think. I don't think that's worth anyone's time at this point. They couldn't win with Judge Corley. They couldn't get the what was it, the appeal from one of the to the Supreme Court originally, right? Wasn't that something they were trying to do after they lost it with Judge Corley? Yeah. They couldn't get that. They could that small gamer lawsuit. They couldn't get more details. Like this is a waste of time. Stop it. Like it's like at this point, like I think what's her name? That she works with Activision. Lulu
Chang.
Yeah, Lulu Chang Mercivi.
Yeah, she said that like you can like change like the place where these like conversations are had, but you can't change the facts. Like, and that's true. They're bringing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over to all these different venues. Like, why aren't you scared? It's like because you're not presenting anything worth being scared about, other than just pure emotion. And that's not how things are supposed to work. And you're making a goddamn ass of yourselves and wasting so much time and money when like aren't like it's also like shouldn't you be worried about the fact that like you're about to be dealing with like Amazon? Like I'd be like, all right, Microsoft, whatever, we're gonna be on your ass in a different way, but like I'd be like, screw this Microsoft shit. I gotta focus on Amazon now because dude, they're about to. You think like the Microsoft battle was like a war? They're about to go to a world war right now with Amazon. Like this is going to be catastrophic for them if they don't get their shit together.
Yeah.
And judging how they act and how the FTC's head, whatever her name is, acts like, and how leaning on how politicians act in general, it's like good luck with that.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
I mean, if they're really focused on, you know, trying to stop monopolies, like genuine monopolies, I feel like Amazon would probably be a better fight to have than Microsoft, especially regarding just gaming for Microsoft versus Amazon, you know, possibly, maybe, kind of owning the entire online shopping market.
And it's like, where the hell were you guys like when this crap started to happen? Like
in 2010.
Yeah, 2010. Like, where were you? Mm-hmm. Like, that's the thing. It's like these guys are just like, it's saber rattling. It's a goddamn joke, really. And like, it was funny. I remember when that whole like, was her name Lena Khan?
Yeah, Lena Khan.
Or doesn't K Mega call her Linda?
Yeah, Linda.
I don't know where he got that from. But, yeah. Oh yeah, he say that. But anyways, but like, you know, I saw people saying, remember that whole like when she was getting yelled at by like the politicians during that. What was that? What was she like talking about? Remember, like she was getting grilled.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the
I can't remember what. Yeah, like we've talked about it before. The fact I can't even remember what the hell it's called is annoying me because I have bad memory. But yeah, but like they were like, I don't know. I'm gonna make it short. They need to start getting their shit together and learning how to actually like make real points rather than, well, this is bad because I feel bad about it, rather than like trying to throw a bunch of random information and feelings out and hopefully someone like picks up what you're laying down. Like you need to actually start doing your job, essentially, if you want to be taken seriously.
Yeah, I think they've got a long way to go until they're taken seriously, though. Unfortunately for them, it looks like. But next topic now, actually final topic, is I'm sure you guys have seen this by now. Red Dead Redemption, the quote-unquote remaster, is now technically actually a remaster because it runs at 60 FPS on PS5. And I was talking to Ham about this. Like, if Xbox doesn't get together and get something figured out with this, then I will have to buy this game on PlayStation, and I will happily do that because I want to play this game at 60 FPS, and I don't care where I play it. But it came out. I think it came out like right before we did our episode on Wednesday of the Two Player Podcast, where it's getting a 60 FPS mode. Red Dead Redemption. Are they even officially calling it a remaster? I'm not.
I think it's still technically just a port.
Yeah, it's still just a port.
I don't
But
know. Is it even like in 4K? I don't even think it was in 4K from the last time I heard.
I don't think it was. But then I've also seen people say that it is, and I don't know who to believe because I've seen multiple different things about this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
60 FPS. Did you buy it on PS5, Twan?
No, I just have the Xbox version. Like I have on the 360.
Gotcha.
Obviously, I just got backwards compatibility, right? So that's what I have.
Yeah, same here, honestly. But any thoughts from anyone about Red Dead Redemption getting 60 FPS on one platform?
I mean, it really should have been there from the start, in my opinion. Especially if
It
they were
should
going to
have.
port it. It's like, did they just be like, did they just change their mind or something? Like, well, why did they release it afterwards? Or like, you know what? Yeah, we should have it 60 frames per second. Like, wait, why? Like, why did you change your mind now all of a sudden?
I'm glad you said that because literally the only reason to I mean, I guess you could say for PlayStation because they don't have backwards compatibility. But it's like if you're really just doing a port, then add 60 FPS. It's 2023. Yeah. That game is from 2010. Like let's get it together. Add 60 FPS. But they finally have it now, and now I'm probably gonna end up buying it on PlayStation, which I didn't want to do, but it is what it is. Ham, are you interested in a 60 FPS mode at all for this game? No. Very, very quick answer. I'm not mad at that, honestly.
Think about it.
I mean, I'm fine with the game the way it is. I mean, if there is a 60 FPS mode that gets added to Xbox, that's cool. If it's only on PlayStation, I mean, I beat this game years ago, dude.
Yeah.
So it's just for me. I'm not needing to go out and buy this game.
Yeah, especially for $50.
Oh, I'm not buying this for $50. Forget that.
I'm not buying this game for $20.
Yeah, I mean it's a game that you already bought.
I know
it's
something I already bought, and I bought it for like $15, but it came with everything and it's physical. So I was just like, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that, and it came with the undead thing and everything.
Yeah. That's the one I have. It's like Gaudy Complete Edition, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. Like, if they want to continue to make improvement, hey, if they come out next year and say, we're making a ray tracing version, 60 FPS, I don't care. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, I'm not spending $50 on this, but whenever it goes on sale for the holidays, I will absolutely be getting this. That is, unless, of course, Xbox can get something together and they can get my backwards compatible version running at 60 FPS, because that would be the ideal outcome.
But you think maybe like the fact that the Xbox version still has the multiplayer in it, you think that might be an issue with upping the frame rate? Do you think that could potentially like clash with like
maybe
no one's playing that multiplayer?
But
nobody like that. I don't even know if that game's multiplayer still works.
It does. People still play that.
Oh, really? Well, I'm gonna be real.
It's not the amount that are. Yeah,
but like if that's a problem though, it's like we have like Xbox One games that got literally boosted up to 120 frames that are multiplayer. Like, it's kind of like, it's like my take on this. I'm just gonna give my take. It's not because of multiplayer. It's because Rockstar can't make money off of a free update. Let's be 100% clear on that. Realistically speaking, if this what's to say is because let's say actually they did have the green light to give this game 60 FPS on Xbox, like Microsoft could do it, but for some reason they don't know how to figure it out. Figure it out. also bring back the backwards compatibility program and go back to improving that, because I feel kind of like Xbox has been a little bit boring on that front for a while now. I know they said, "Well, we're done adding games." I'm like, no, you're not."
You're
I'm
missing a couple thousand, you know.
It's not. It's honestly not even a couple. I feel like there's just like certain other things they could do for these games to make them
there's
run
so
a little
many
better.
games. Yeah, there's so many games that could either use a 4K patch or a 60 FPS patch. You
And
know,
it's
like, is a license really stopping you from doing that? You know, like
to a point. Actually, a publisher.
Yeah.
It sucks. A publisher can literally be like, "No, we don't
Yep.
want you." I actually once had a conversation in DMs with oh my goodness,
Bobby Kotick.
he's a head of that designed the Xbox. One of the lead
James
Xbox.
Blackley?
No, the Series. It made the Series X.
Jason Arnold?
Yes. And he's saying like, yeah, we can, like, it can actually genuinely be that like a voice actor or anyone that worked on that game can be like, no, I don't want this receiving a type of update or being re-released. Like it can be as simple as that.
yeah.
Because they don't want to deal with the headache of like fighting them on it. And it's like, I don't blame them at that point. If like somebody that might have had one voice line is like, oh, I want to be paid for this. Well, it's, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, we're not going to go through the, fighting process. But yeah, there's a lot of things with backwards compatible games that there can just be a roadblock. And they just kind of have to be like, well, that sucks, and move on to the next thing.
Yeah, or the company doesn't even exist anymore, you know.
Yeah, I think it might be even somewhat easier in some ways to actually get those games. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know.
But sometimes,
weird...
sometimes those licenses could like belong to another company that bought them out when they closed down, and it's just complicated, you know.
It's so confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, that was the last topic. Does anybody else have anything they want to add for the episode before we get in the outros?
Oh yeah. Apparently, Modern Warfare 3 beta already has hackers, from what I heard.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not
honestly
surprised.
like they really should have just dropped the PS4. Honestly, it's all the PS4's fault.
What?
Because people have jailbroken PS4s, right? And they could just. It's much easier to hack, a game on PS4 than it would be to hack a game on PS5.
I mean,
honestly, I wouldn't play.
Isn't it crossplay?
Well, right now it isn't. It's only on PlayStation right now.
Oh, true. Okay, I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the thing is, it's not at this point like about turning off crossplay. It's about just making a good anti-cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
but
like
you don't get it, Mike. They've already got Ricochet anti-cheat. That's amazing.
Dude, the only Ricochet I know is fucking the game Valve made back in the 90s. That's the only Ricochet I know.
No one's even ever heard of that.
No, you're right. No one has. So
exactly.
Your shitty joke went fucking nowhere, just like your face.
So my shitty joke was actually even better. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm glad I gave you validation.
I very much appreciate that. But that is the end of the episode. Outros. Ham, start us off, bud. Where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me at here you can find me on K Mega's channel every Friday, and this coming Monday I'll be there as well. But usually you'll find me on TSWS Gaming here on YouTube. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. On Wednesday, I'm on Matt Likes Games channel, doing the Two Player Podcast. And on Twitter, you can find me at HamSolo05 Gaming.
Nice. Nice. Twan, let them know where they can find you, bud.
Find me here on the show every Sunday. I'm also on Twitter at It's Me Twan. Maybe one day I'll upload that majestic YouTube video like we keep on talking about. But until that fateful day,
you start recording it.
Huh?
What was confusing about that? Have you started recording it?
Well, I recorded. I did do some shoots, but I didn't end up using any of that footage. It was
what do you mean some shoots? You mean like you holding the coffee mug? Like what does that mean?
Well, there's that, and then there's I did do some I recorded some stuff, but eventually that was okay, I'm gonna do a different video, but that didn't end up happening. So
Okay. All right.
Damn. All right, Twan. One day.
Well,
One
it'll
day,
happen.
bud.
It'll happen. It's that majestic. It'll happen one day.
I mean, you've got like less than 60 days to get like 9K subscribers, but
Yeah.
which is not. I mean, time is not on your side. I'll say that
Don't
much.
worry. This video is gonna one video is gonna blow up, and that's it.
I mean, it's dude. If
It'll
it does,
it'll get 2 million views in like the span of 2 weeks.
get 2 million views, you get 10 subscribers off of it. Oh my god, Mike, let them know where they can find you, bud.
Can't find me nowhere. You can find me here every Sunday. Yeah, that's where I am.
Okay. Every second, third, and fourth Sunday.
Yeah.
You can also find him on
Nowhere.
Twitter. Yeah.
No,
Yes.
I don't use Twitter.
Mike uses Twitter. He's being shy, and that's fine.
Well,
As for
Being shy.
myself,
Don't follow me. Leave
As
me
for
alone.
myself, you can find me on Twitter at MattLikesGames. You can find me on YouTube here on this channel every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then you can also find me on my own channel, Matt Likes Games, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Mondays and Fridays, I do videos, 11 a.m. Eastern. And then on Wednesday, like Cam said, it's a two-player podcast, 2 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays. So check that out. And that is where you can find me. And with that being said, that's the end of our show. We did the outros. Thank you for watching. We are out of here. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.